As you know, we are talking about the importance of having a strong support system. So, congratulations, everybody. You are part of more than 8 billion people in this world. Yes, 8 billion people count was reached this month. So, surely you're not meant to be alone. 8 billion people in the world. Surely you're not meant to be alone. All right. I did have a video to show you, but I'm not sure whether you're able to hear it. If not, okay, they're not able to hear it. So we're just going to, I'm just going to tell you, what slide? So this good Dr. Tracy Marks, she was just saying basically that social isolation can actually shrink your brain. That's the part that I wanted to share with you, but the video, the sound cannot be heard, so we're just going to skip that part. But I was quite impacted by that. I had no idea that social isolation can actually shrink your brain. So let's sit with that for a minute. Yeah, just sit with that for a minute and think about that. Okay, we go to the next slide. So anytime you are alone, how did you feel? It's the previous slide, Folaji. Could you just unmute yourself and just tell me how you felt? Just random people, just how did you feel when you're alone? Just unmute and just a word.
Lonely?
Yeah, lonely, yeah, exactly. Anybody else?
Sad.
Yeah. Anyone else, how did you feel?
Unworthy.
Wow, unworthy. Wow, yeah.
Unmotivated.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay,
Depressed.
then. Depressed. Yeah. Did you guys just hear those words? None of that was positive words. Nobody said joyous, happy. It was depressed, sad, not worthy, those kind of stuff. And this is why we're having this discussion today, the importance of having a strong support system. So over to the next slide. Yeah. So what is a support system? You can see my little face up there. I don't know if we're able to expound, or is it when you expound that it just starts moving on its own?
I'm trying to get it to the slide, but it's not working.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Did you want me to download it and do it from this end? Or Zandi, do you have it?
Let's carry on.
Or we just carry on? Okay. So what is a support system? It's pillars of reliable people who hold us together. As you can see on that slide, I have my face there and, pillars. So that's really what a support system is. Okay, next slide. So for any building to stand, it needs a strong structure. It needs a foundation, it needs pillars, and it needs columns. So for any person to be strong, he or she needs a support system, someone or people to rely on. Okay, on to the next one. So, yeah, you can manage on your own, but you are strongest when you have someone or people as your support system. Healthy relationships feed our soul. You cope better, you live better when you love and you're loved. And you cannot love in isolation. No, you can't. You can do self-love, but you cannot love in isolation. Even for that, you need other people. Okay, so why having a social network is important. So why have a healthy social network anyway? I put the word healthy there because that's the key word. It's not just a social network. We can have very toxic social network. So why having a healthy social network is important. So humans were created to be relational beings. We know this. Since time immemorial, we have lived in groups, clans, and communities. We have never sort of lived alone, So that's number one. Number two, alone you are vulnerable. When a lion wants to attack, they separate one from the pack. I don't know if you've seen those wildlife videos, and whenever a lion sees a pack of whatever they are, they always go for one, isolate them, and then game over for them. They are definitely going to be their dinner, because alone you are vulnerable. And same as humans, alone you're vulnerable. Number three, you are more susceptible to depression and anxiety when you are alone. For sure, when you're alone, depression and anxiety is one of those high things that can happen to you because you have nowhere to offload. Okay, number four, moving on to the next slide. Number four, problems and issues always appear bigger than they are when they're not shared with others or with another. Number five, for encouragement in our low days or to keep on along the good path. Sometimes we can go on a bad path. Like, for example, if you've been an alcoholic and you've gone for rehab and you're trying to stay on the good path, you need those friends who are going to encourage you whenever you have a relapse or something like that. Or it could be just any other thing, Maybe you have goals for the year and you've fallen off a little bit. You can have that friend that can tell you, hey, I remember you telling me about your New Year's resolution. How's that going? So they remind you to kind of stay along the good path. Number six, for exposure to different perspectives. So interacting with others will open your mind to either change or to improve your mindset. Definitely. I've sat with, just even my husband, I can be going off about something like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, blah, blah, blah. Then they give me this whole perspective and I'm like, oh, I guess it wasn't that bad. So that's what we need each other for. Number seven, to warn you when going in the wrong direction and hold you to account. That's another thing of a good friendship. And number eight, we grow in every aspect, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, when we engage with others. A log burns longer when fired with other logs. See, I just needed for you to see this picture. The log is alone and then the log together. I know those who come from African communities and even the UK, we have fireplaces. And if you wanted to burn more intensely, what do? We keep adding logs. And so that's the same as we humans. When you're alone, you're not that bright spark, but together, you're more of a intense spark. So next slide. Number 9, to create lasting memories and share life. I know I'm in a Facebook group. It's actually an international one and it's a travel one, and the ladies, they share this love for travel and they always post their pictures and create new memories, and even single people are in there because they meet others and they travel together and create memories and share life. It doesn't have to be people that Actually, my friend told me of I forget what it's called. But basically, it's online. If you're going to a new city, either for business or whatever, apparently there's this particular platform where you just go and click on it and it tells you where other strangers will be and you meet up for drinks. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So he was telling me how he went for one when he was in Amsterdam and met quite amazing people. So there's no reason reason for you to be alone. Number 10, adding value to a community makes us feel fulfilled. Yes, when you're in a community, for example, the African Wonder Women organization, for Laji, she's doing something for the community. I'm sure if you speak to her, she'll tell you, I feel so fulfilled for doing this for people and for the widowed women. So that's part of the reason why we need each other. Number 11, to make a solid team. The impact is stronger when people work together. Anything in life you won't achieve without a team. Even just this Zoom thing. See, we've collaborated with Folaji and with Zandi. It takes a team to make something work. So we need each other. Okay, I cannot tell you about social interaction without discussing what it is that keeps many from engaging in social interaction. So number 1, it's usually trauma. When you've gone through a traumatic event or experience, it can make you build walls around you, knowingly or unknowingly. Sometimes the trauma shuts down the brain and you just don't want to be around people. You're just not feeling any particular type of way about going out there, especially if the event has been something like you witnessed a friend of yours getting beat up or stabbed or just something that happened while you were out. It really makes you kind of and not want to go out. So number 2, what is keeping many from engaging in social interactions? Health challenges. When one is going through an illness or recovery from an accident or harm, it can take them out of social interaction. One might find their social life permanently affected if they don't intentionally work on re-establishing connections upon healing. So even when you're ill, please go and re-establish that connection with people once you get well. Don't stay in isolation. Next slide. Yeah, orders from authority or a perceived authority. And the keyword is perceived. Don't come at me guns blazing with what I have to say next. So an authority might be the government, as was with the case of COVID. Imagine the government told us not to even see our own families. We couldn't see our own families. We couldn't go and hug our best friends. That was, an order from authority. And others who might order one or two social interaction could be an abusive romantic partner. That's why I say perceived authority here. So an abusive romantic partner or even a manipulative parent. And when you're with an abusive romantic partner, this thing is toxic when somebody tries to isolate you. That is the first indicator of abuse, when someone tries to isolate you. So if someone's telling you don't go see your friends, you can't see your family, why are you going out, or is just giving you hell about it all, it's because they probably want to abuse you. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, number 4, offense. Offense is sometimes what keeps people away. When there has been a disagreement or disappointment, it is easy to cut off people who have been your support system if there is no forgiveness and an intention at reconciliation. So for example, even this thing here, right here, I could have maybe, some people may have gotten the invite through WhatsApp and they're like, oh, that Akello, she did this, I'm not going. That for like, oh no, she did it and I'm not going. So don't keep offense in, because it stops connections. Forgive readily. Number 5, fear. So the fear of rejection or being misunderstood can keep one from social interaction, especially if there is a history of heartbreaks. Yeah, there is that fear that, this person is just gonna do to me what the other person did, and so it stops them from engaging. Number 6, stereotypes and judgment. When you judge people based on race, height, e.g. short people have a hot temper, or economical status, gender, career, or complexion, she's too dark skinned, so she can't be my friend, or red-haired people have hot temper. Just, you might end up missing out on valuable human interactions because you have all these stereotypes and judgments in your head. Or some people might have judgments about Africans, or might have judgments about white people, or they're a certain way. So you lose out on valuable human interaction. Then one thing that has just come into my mind is those videos. I don't know if you've seen those Facebook videos and WhatsApp videos of people randomly just driving around, and then they meet a homeless person, and then they open their mouth, and it's like, wow, where did that come from? Like, how did this person end up here with such brilliance? So yeah, sometimes you might end up missing out on valuable human interactions if you make that be a barrier. Number 7, low self-esteem. This will make you feel like you're not good enough to connect with others, reducing you to a spectator as you watch others from a distance. Please just know you are enough. Next. So here's an exercise. On a scale of 0 to 10, how do you think you are faring on in your social life? 0 being poor, 10 being excellent. We can have some unmute and just say, we can have 3 people perhaps just say on a scale of 0 to 10 how you think you're getting on with that. I know myself, I'm not 100% where I need to be, but even just doing this presentation has reminded me of the importance of people, so I'm going to be more intentional now about it. Anyone, just randomly, just unmute. Scale of 0 to 10. Flo, I see your hand up. Just unmute.
I think I'm on 1.
1. Whoa. Okay. You're definitely in the right place. You're definitely in the right place for this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Other people, Tem is also saying 1. Oh, wow. Lots of 1s. Blessing Doreen, what's yours? Mukenyi is 3. Very low. Very low. We've come, Margaret Mulwa is 8. That's amazing. Yeah. Blessing Doreen, I see your hand up. Is that just to say on a scale of 0 to 10?
5.
Okay, you're 5. All right. Okay, we'll move on. You see just how badly we are doing. I hope by the end of this, Sheila is on 7. That's amazing. Your numbers are popping up on my screen, so that's good. I'm able to see that. Okay, moving on. Social support in the 21st century. So, in this century, right, there's a lot of individualism being propagated, of self-sufficiency, with the goal of not needing anyone. Like, why do I need people? So the conveniences that we have around us, like you book a taxi with a driver you don't have to talk to, deliveries are done to your home so you don't have to go out and meet people, even sex toys. So you don't have to actually nurture a relationship. And I've seen these sex toys that apparently even mourn and do things like that, and they're quite lifelike. So that you just don't even have to have that awkwardness of going to another human and asking them for a date. I think it's pretty sad. Moving on. So it's so easy today to just hide yourself and survive. No wonder in this century we have a lot of depression, suicide, and feelings of loneliness. We're the most connected society actually, but the most lonely. Online connection is good, as we've seen, like this platform is good, my groups are good. Online connection is good, but it should complement face-to-face interactions and not replace them. Okay. So I just did this diagram to just show you, see the, did we miss one? Just go back to the diagram. Okay, if you were to disappear today, is that the question that we missed? If you were to disappear today, who will miss you? a real question to ask. Okay, next slide. The dynamics of social interaction. It is not about how wide your network is, but about how reliable and dependable. It is not about how many people you know, but it's about how many people you can count on. In this society, you will interact with many, and your inner circle is what matters the most. It's those people that get you. And my question to you is, what is the quality of your inner circle? Next slide, yeah. So that I did this diagram to just show you like where society is. The orange bit is society. Then you have acquaintances, people you just kind of talk to. They know you, you know them. Then there's friends, you know, people who call you for a drink or whatever. And then there's close friends. And then there's you. So your inner circle is kind of like those close friends there. You see how far away they are from the society and the acquaintances. So yeah, let's keep those close. So this was just a demonstration of that. And I did an acronym of what a true friend is. You can do your own. You can write friendship down and kind of see, you know, where you are. So the acronym for friend, I said F is for faithful to you, R is reliable to you, I informed about you and up to date about you, E encouraging to you, N nurturing in the bonds that you have, D determined come what may, S sensitive to your needs and thoughtful, H hope inspiring when you are down, I innovative in meeting your needs, P protective of you. You can make up your own and just see, like, okay, because for me this was a mental thing, like, who would I like my friends to be? Why have I gone for these words? Why have I gone for these things? So that's something that you can sit with when you do your own. Okay. So, are you a true friend? Do you have true friends? Do you? Just sit with that and ask yourself that. But to have friends, you also need to be a friend. So, some truths about support systems. And please listen to this be very carefully, because it's not all kind of going to be all positive all the time. So some truths about support systems. You can have one person who's your main support system. This could be your best friend or your spouse. Or you can have different people to be your support system in various departments of life, e.g. marriage, business, or health. This is not the one, yeah. So I made this graph, like life area and what your support system can be. For example, in your relationship or marriage, your support system could be fellow couples or a counselor. I know my husband does a lot of couples, and usually in Kenya, there are couples who come from one estate, maybe a gated community, and they will call him to one particular house and just talk about relationships, how they can nurture their relationships and grow and stay in love and marriage, because marrying one person is for a long time. So you do need support system for that. And so for your financial area of life, it could be like an investment group. I'm sure Shilamboga, who's here, who does finances, she can tell us, investment groups and people to just, bounce off ideas about finances is quite helpful. On your professional side, your support system can be a mentor, somebody who's been there, done that, and knows what they're doing. Your physical life area, your support system could be your doctor, a gym, your gym, your workout friend. And also your physical life area, it could be those people who, for example, if you have a certain disease, they are a support group for you. Whether you have, for example, a mental health thing or or just some sort of disease, and you just come together and you talk about, issues. Your spiritual life area, your support system is your fellowship. It could be your church members, temple, mosque, wherever it is that you worship. Parental life area, your support system could be fellow parents. I know it's really helpful when you get together with other parents. Sometimes your kid is not hitting a milestone and you're like, oh my God, is my kid okay? And the fellow parents will tell you, actually, they are, so don't worry. So that's where your support system could come from. So I hope in showing you all these bits, you can kind of see where, your support system can come from. It's not always like it has to be your best friend or whatever. Okay, next slide. Friendship doesn't mean you always get along. Yeah, this is the bit I was coming to. Friendship doesn't always mean you have to get along. Sometimes you will step on each other and even annoy each other, but you overlook misunderstandings and make the system work. Don't walk out too quickly. These days, people lose friendships too quickly. Oh, she didn't answer my WhatsApp quick enough, so I'm done with them. They blue ticked me. Or maybe there was something going on in their life. Or, oh, she didn't come to my birthday. What's that about? People are busy. People have their own things going on. Find out what's going on. Don't just start the whole friendship all at once. So don't be one who picks at the slightest provocation. Remember, it is a support system. That means dependable even when storms rage. Number 4, no one can be there for you unless you let them. So no one can be there for you unless you let them, yeah? You can't just be like, oh, I want friends, but you're just kind of like this. I want friends, but you're not letting anybody in. Okay, next slide. Number 5, no friendship can start if you don't show interest. Some of you, someone can be showing interest, but you're showing zero interest. Someone is like constantly showing you they want to be your friend, but you're not returning the same. You're not reciprocating. I have been in a friendship with one person. I was telling them a lot about myself, and one time I sat down and I thought, wait, I don't know anything about this person. They're so closed. They're not, do they really want to be my friend or do they not? When you leave somebody feeling that way, they might not be so for friendships to start, please show interest. Number 6, don't burn bridges. Yes, some friendships may be for a season or reason, but how you end those seasons always matters. Leave people better than you found them. Reconnections are easier that way. I'll tell you about this person. They were friends with this other person, and when they lost that friendship, this person was she was not nice, basically. I will just say it that way. She was not nice. Guess what? Years later, she goes for an interview. Guess who's on the interview panel and owns the company? Her friend who she abused and said to. So, it's between me and you. I wonder whether she got the job or her friend just remembered, this one, I don't know if she's good for this. She's a good fit for us. So please leave people better than you found them. Don't burn bridges. Leave people nicely. It's okay for people to leave, by the way. We're not permanent custodians of anybody. That simple truth has really saved my own life. To know that I'm not a permanent custodian of anybody. In Akello Olliech's life, if you want to leave. I leave you with a God bless you, I love you, and all that kind of thing. When you're ready to come back, we continue. If you feel I'm not for you at this particular point in time, it's also cool. Okay, moving on. So, what does it mean to build? We're talking about building a support system. What does it mean? I found this online. It's the action of constructing something or make some stronger or more intense, or to increase or become larger. So building a strong support system is a continuous process, not an event.
Yeah.
Margaret Mulu, are you
I want to talk about this.
Okay, social interaction is like a muscle. You need to exercise it over and over again to build that muscle. Yeah, so here is a visual representation of before, when you're not practicing your social interaction skills, and after. When you exercise that muscle, it becomes bigger, it becomes stronger, it becomes the norm. Just being around people, loving people, going here, going there, becomes the norm. So yeah, build that muscle. So how can one intentionally keep building a social support system? Number one, have a healthy relationship with yourself. This will lead to having a healthy self-esteem and therefore confidently interacting with others. Number two, you deliberately connect with your friends, family, and church family or temple or mosque. You have to make time for them. Number three, find a social hobby and connect with like-minded people. The same like I told you, the ladies who travel. Actually, that's the name of the Facebook group. Ladies who love travel. Okay, number four. Join a painting class, a dance class, an exercise class, a book club. Join something. Show up. Number five, show up when you're invited for birthdays, anniversaries, events. I know in my group we have these meetings every now and again, and you'll hear somebody saying, "Oh, I'm lonely," and you're thinking, "Why are you lonely?" When you don't even turn up for events, when you don't want to go out and make friends. So please show up when you're invited. Number six, when out and about, talk to random people at the shopping mall or shops, at the bus stop. The other day I was at the bus stop and there was this little old, white lady, and we had a really nice conversation. It left me really feeling warm and fuzzy inside when I left her. So that was nice. Number seven, be part of a club with a cause, such as a Rotaract, Lions. Participate in charity projects. Number eight, be friendly, check up on people. Number nine, overcome your fears, push yourself to start reconnecting with people or to form new human bonds. Number 10, participate in social media groups on Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, that make you grow. I know my group, I'm not just, the founder of Single and Saved, but I'm also founder of Married and Saved, also a women's group called Wanawake Assembly. So anybody can feel free to join. Number 11, travel, see different cultures, and boost your life. Yeah. Next slide. Go for walks. You'll bump into strangers, have conversations. Number 13, open up. Don't be afraid to show people who you truly are. Let down your guard. Make it easy for people to experience you. Because you're a wonder. Let people experience you. Be open-minded to people's experiences and personalities. And don't judge so that people feel comfortable around you. Okay, next slide. Oh, are you frozen?
Can you not see it?
There we are. Add value, number 15. Add value to people's lives, be their support system, encourage them, share wisdom and opportunities with them. Do to them what you'd want them to do to you. That's very important. Number 16, seek counseling to unpack the issues. Remember the issues we talked about that's stopping you from interacting, trauma and all that kind of stuff. Seek counseling to unpack the issues keeping you from confidently engaging with others, such as trauma, mindset, upbringing, and past heartbreaks. Yeah. Okay. How to give
something, sorry.
It's okay. How to give support to people. Yeah. In fact, for Ladi, I think she must have seen my notes from before. So she talked about the same very thing. You know, how to give support to people. Know that support is not just about money. Support is not about money. Support can be about time. Support can be just listening. Number 2, don't brag to people when you help. Please, don't brag. It makes people feel really bad and they might not come back to you. Number 3, don't keep reminding people when you've helped them. That's counterproductive. You know, in Kenya, we have this saying that says, because there's so many of us here, that in English translates to do well and go on your merry way. You don't need to tell nobody. So, yeah. Number 4, meet needs even without being asked. You know, these times when you can be talking to a friend and they just mention something, if you're able to meet that need. For example, oh man, I'm struggling with childcare. I really want to go and do, maybe do my hair. You can just be like, hey, you know what, my dear, I can have your child for those 2 hours so that you can go and just have your hair done stress-free. You know, just meet those needs without being asked. Number 5, don't feel entitled to micromanage people you help. Please, I'm begging, don't feel entitled to micromanage. Do well and leave them be. It doesn't matter if you give them finances, what they do with their money is none of your business. You do well and go on your merry way and leave people alone. Number 6, don't support while complaining or grumbling. Don't support, then you complain and grumble. Like, that person, I'm always helping them. I'm always this, I'm always that. No, that's not cool. Number 7, support without expectations from the heart. Yeah, there's no worse thing than somebody who expects you and then expects something in return. Just do it because you love to give or you love to be there for other people. All right, next slide. So this is important because some of us don't know how to ask for support. So how do you ask for support? Don't see yourself as a burden. Please don't see yourself as a burden. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody has a bad week. Everybody can have a bad month, a bad year, whatever. It's not exclusive to you, so please don't see yourself as a burden. Number 2, don't only look for people when you need something. If you're looking for people only when you need something, that's not always going to turn out right. You're just going to look like a tick. I don't know if you guys know what tick is in your part of the world. In Kenya, it's nothing, it sticks and it just does not move. So don't be a tick. Number 3, request, don't demand for support. Yeah? So use the words please, kindly. Don't never have that entitled kind of language. It's not good. Number 4, don't assume people will say no. Yeah, I used to be bad for that. I used to be almost self-sufficient, but no man is an island. You know, don't assume people will say no. Some people actually are waiting for you to ask, you know, and they will let you, they will help you. Number 5, do your part to grow. Don't be lazy or over-dependent. That's the thing. While people are helping you, yeah, don't be over-dependent. Try as hard as you can to also lighten your own load. Don't always be like, oh, that person always helps me, so guess what? I'm gonna. You don't overburden anybody. And there's people with very good hearts that unfortunately people overburden them. Please don't be that person. Number 6, communicate when you're struggling. Sometimes someone like me, I've always got makeup on. I'm always looking, my face is beat. So it's hard for you to detect when I need help. So when I need help, I have to vocalize it and say, hey, with this thing, I need help, please. Number 7, be appreciative when helped. When you have received that help, please go back and say thank you. The thing that mostly annoys me, and I know my group knows this, it irks me when people don't say thank you. It's like, I've done it, just say thank you. That's it, one word. Okay. In conclusion, we've come to the end in just a wee little bit, we'll be done. Cutting yourself from people only works to your disadvantage. If isolation has become your new normal, please change. Next slide. This is a small poem that I did. My husband and I, we decided to put pictures to it. So please listen to it. It's about a friend who, asked for, was looking a bit, anyway, I'll let the poem speak itself. I hope this one will be able to hear it. Slide 42 and just press play.
Okay.
The one with the ladies, the colorful ladies there. Above that one, above this one. Yeah, that one, yeah. There is a play button somewhere. We can't hear it. You can't hear it? I can't hear it, so perhaps you also can't. No, okay. If we can't hear the video, that's fine. Seems like the videos have decided to not play this. We can move on to the next thing. Okay, so in conclusion and in summary, exercise your social to summarize everything that we've talked about, exercise your social interaction muscle. Learn to have conversations, to meet up, to invite people, to visit, to convert online interactions to face-to-face ones, to actively be part of a community, to reconnect, to bond with friends and family, to turn strangers into friends, to breathe the same oxygen as your fellow world inhabitants. Next slide. Yeah, and like we said before, social interaction is like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you become at it. Yeah. So that is me. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope I gave some good pointers for you guys. Thank you.